Really now starting to question had of him and Prince Charles. You can see it right here where they talk about, you know, our close linkage in the past and our close linkage in the future. And it reminded me of this talk, of what I said a few weeks ago about how I no longer believed that, you know, Nana Akufo Addo, the president of Ghana, was really a Pan-Africanist, but I felt he was actually a sellout. And, you know, I told you guys, I believed he was part of the Brotherhood. A lot of you have confirmed that he is actually part of, you know, the English Freemasons order, you know, went to private school in the UK. You guys have seen that video I did where he went back to his school. And I'm just wondering, what is his deal? What is his deal? Now, there's so many pictures of him because, first of all, he took the Prince of Darkness to see, you know, to the Jubilee House in Accra, Ghana on Friday the 2nd. And, you know, and by the way, why are these guys coming to Africa in earnest? Have you seen? First it's Prince William, now it's Prince Charles, and they're on this West African tour. Thank God he's not coming to Kenya. I'd have just been decreeing and declaring. But you know, they talked about how children lined the streets, you know, with waving miniature Ghanaian and UK flags to welcome the Prince of Wales. And he talked about how, you know, his visit to Ghana raised fond memories. What? Now, my whole thing is, why is there all of a sudden so much interest in Africa from the UK? And I've told you guys before about Empire 2.0, where because now Britain is leaving the EU, their ultimate plan is to create a neo-colonial system or a second empire where its African colonies will be a keystone of that Empire 2.0. And it's not far-fetched. You guys need to Google Empire 2.0 UK. You know, I mean, the lords and all that crap in the British Parliament actually joke about Empire 2.0. And so now, all of a sudden, we're seeing Akufo Addo welcoming Prince Charles, but having this huge poster talking about how we're close they were your colonizers. What do you mean celebrating our past? Are you on crack? And, you know, a lot of people have written to me and said, you know, Akufo Addo is actually part of the Ashanti. The Ashanti were very heavily involved in the transatlantic slave trade, allegedly. They've always been sellouts. You know, it's like the royal bloodlines of Ghana. They've been huge sellouts to the African people for a very long time. Is that what's happening? And, you know, I got so many emails telling me that I needed to look deeper into the character of Akufo Addo. Now, apparently, you can even just check his Wikipedia, where they talk a lot about, you know, who he is. And they say that not only that he's part of an order called the Templar Order, and his lineage is Akan. So he could be, for those who Hebrew Israelites, he could be like an Edomite. Now he was, you know, he was trained as a lawyer under the apprenticeship system known as the Inns of Court, where you don't actually require a formal degree to become a lawyer. So you actually almost become a lawyer through your bloodline. And there's a lot of things that have been written about him. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of things. So his tribe, the Akan people, the Akans were from the buyers of slaves to the sellings of slaves as the dynamics in the Gold Coast and New World Order changed. So the Akan people played a role in supplying Europeans with indentured servants who were later enslaved for the transatlantic slave trade. And in 2006, Ghana did apologize to the descendants of the slaves for their role. But now I'm seeing, who is Nana Akufo Addo? And what is his agenda? I mean, as a Masonic, you know, as part of the Brotherhood, has he been brought here to kind of create a huge obstacle and obliterate the plan for the reunification and liberation of Africa? We'll be right back.
Next year, of course. course, we will celebrate the Commonwealth's 70th birthday. The Commonwealth, therefore, is just a few months younger than I am myself, and has lasted a great deal better, as you can probably see by now, ladies and gentlemen, has become, therefore, a fundamental feature of my life for as long as I can remember. Over these 7 decades, the Commonwealth has built upon its firm foundation of shared experience and common values to strive for a more prosperous and more secure future for the 2.4 billion people who call the Commonwealth home. The past 70 years have brought global change on an unprecedented scale, with challenges and opportunities that could never have been anticipated in 1949. All the while, the Commonwealth has been a constant, a common point of reference by which its members have navigated the ever-changing tides of an uncertain world. Ghana has played an active and influential role in the Commonwealth ever since becoming, in 1957, the first newly independent African country to join. President Kwame Nkrumah, of whom I have vivid memories of meeting when he visited the United Kingdom in the 1960s, played a key role in the forced withdrawal of apartheid South Africa from the Commonwealth in 1961, and later was instrumental in the establishment of the Commonwealth Secretariat in 1965. Today, Ghana continues to play an influential role. At the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in London in April, during which I had the great pleasure of sitting next to you, Mr. President, at the Queen's banquet, Ghana lent its voice to commitments, among other things, on education, gender equality, clean oceans, cybersecurity, and more. I know, Mr. President, that you share my determination that the Commonwealth should strive for renewed relevance in the lives of its citizens and should draw upon its unparalleled networks of professional expertise to offer practical solutions to some of the most pressing challenges of our time.
Wake up, Africa! Hi family, how you doing? Just a quick update on my Africa tour, Wake Up Africa tour to the US that is taking off in just a few days. Maybe even when you watch this, I'll be in the air somewhere. But just wanted to let you know that there will be 3 events. I will be having an event in LA for the Black Consciousness Conference. You can see the flyer here. Please, if you're in LA, go ahead and get tickets, and I hope to see you there. We will also be having a major event in Houston, building bridges, with the Advise Media Show, the Advise Media Network, and Phil Scott. It's one of his first ever in Houston like this, so make sure you get tickets. Tickets are selling out really fast. We've actually sold out nearly all our VIP tickets, so only regular tickets are left, and we'll really be talking, we'll be going in depth and answering your questions.